Okay, let's do a very quick exercise. I want you to watch these 3 short clips. And with those 3 short clips, I want you to pinpoint what they all have in common. Ready? Go.
Go fruit yourself.
Check out Alicia's page. So she has 3.9 million followers. How do these girls have so many followers? That is my question. And yeah, I get it. She's relatable and all that, but fucking like relatable is not going to change your life. You need a fire lit under your ass, okay? You need genuine education. I just see these pages and I'm like, just like with Meredith Foster, I'm like, what are you trying to say? What is your message? And it's just like product placement and narcissistic selfies for validation from the herd. This is not the shit that is revolutionary. This is not radical. You know, it's just, who wants to be just another painted face in the crowd? You know, I'm just struggling to see what the message is. What, buy my product, buy my merch? You know, that's all I see here. Alicia has 8 million, over 8 million subscribers on YouTube. Again, I'm not sure what is the message trying? Weird food combinations, letting the person in front of me decide what I eat, you know, prank challenges, what is this doing to help the world? Alicia is reaching so many young girls. She could change an entire culture and she is helping to.
How do I describe Euphoria? It follows a group of young people that are just trying to navigate the world and life and trying to figure out who they are, and sometimes they make mistakes. They aren't perfect in any way, but I think the show overall, I think, allows us to have a little bit more empathy for people and understanding for people. And the show isn't here to tell people how to live their lives or what's wrong and right, of course. It's definitely not here to tell you what to do. But it is here, I think, to showcase other people's stories. These are stories that need to be told because somebody out there needs to hear it. And I think this show just will allow a lot of people to not feel so alone.
But I love talking about success. Frankly, I like talking about success much more than politics, right? But there are a few things when you're talking about being successful. And I say it, and it's never going to change. You have to love what you do. The loving is more important than having that good business. Some people want to be teachers. I mean, some of the happiest people and the most successful people that I know are people that aren't the richest at all. They don't make it all the most money. They're teachers, they're scientists. I know people that are scientists that are like, they can't wait to get to work. They can't wait. Policemen, you know, our police departments are I think, terribly disrespected. I think they're not given the credit for the great job they do. I have to be honest with you.
Did you get it? Well, basically, all 3 of them have one thing in common. They have a radical message behind what they preach. They have a revolutionary change they want to make for the world rather than just being entertaining, making someone smile, and just making people's day better. And that's basically why your blog is stagnant and fading into white noise and fading into the mode of everybody else, because you are honestly not afraid to offend people. You're afraid that what you say is going to make people angry. You're afraid that you're not going to stand up for what you believe in, and people want to stand behind something. People have lives, and they feel like their life is just meaningless because they just go to work, they work a 9 to 5, they go home, eat dinner, probably play video games, and go to sleep. People want meaning in their lives, and the only way you're going to do that is through the media. Instill meaning in people's lives with your blog. Talk about your beliefs, talk about what you stand for, and be radical. Don't be afraid to piss people off, actually. Because the people with the biggest numbers and followings have such immense power to change an entire culture, an entire generation, but they're just so surface level. And that's a good thing. It's good to be relatable and funny and entertaining, but where's the talk about climate change, world hunger? You know, they just go to the point of just mental health and, you know, depression, anxiety, but we need to talk even deeper, like about, you know, cancers and heart disease, and how to talk about poverty and climate change and animal rights and abuse and trauma and drugs and all those things that haunt our increasingly unstable world today. Instead of thinking about looking perfect for the media, looking perfect for social media, showing your also perfect life, what is your message?
Never
what is
stop
your
fighting for what you believe in.
radical, revolutionary change you want to make for your niche, the world? And you have to stand behind a big movement that could possibly give you backlash, judgment, and people who actually want you dead, quote unquote, really. All those three people, you know, Euphoria, Donald Trump, and Freely Living Out a Girl, are really controversial and polarizing right now, but that's what's giving them that attention. They have diehard haters, but also they have diehard lovers.
Lawnmower.
Okay, we had to move. Lawnmower was going crazy, but please excuse the guest room. I'm recording in here because our room is not finished. I'm trying to design it based on our YouTube colors and just our brand colors, so you won't see me there in a while. So yes, it's okay to be entertaining. It's okay because, you know, sometimes it's not just about tips and tricks. You want people to leave that blog and feel like they've been entertained and they had a smile on their face and they relate to you. And, you know, don't get it twisted. I love my girl Glozell.
Okay. Love.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Love it.
I love my man, you know, Jor-El's.
You know, Sue Storm's father, he was just like, hey, you know what? Hey, kid, we've been trying to make a portal, and looks like your little piece of technology is going to help build our... This movie is so bad.
Jor-El's, I know, I love all these people. They're hilarious. They're funny. They're relatable, and they're really awesome and actually amazing. But that's not what the world needs right now. The world needs conversation. Like, we need to be talking about topics that are honestly a little uncomfortable, a little bit scary at times, because because this world is never going to get better if we don't talk about these things like politics and religion and life and just how we navigate the world. You know, our world is unstable and people are like, oh, if God really cared about us, why would he have us go through all this? God made the world for us. We were his canvas, and he wanted us to basically finish his painting. Basically, we were his canvas, and he wanted us to finish the painting and continue. So our world is unstable, and we need to work on making it better. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit different from people in my generation, people at school, and just people my age usually.
Youth truly is wasted on the young.
Because the media I consume is not what the typical teenager consumes. I don't consume stuff like Emma Chamberlain or David Dobrik or the Dolan Twins. I don't consume that kind of stuff. It's not really my preference. I love entertaining content, but I want them to have a fire lit under their butt. I want them to have a really strong message and a strong call to action and belief system and a way they change people's lives, not just make people smile and entertain them, but just talks about these conversations and talks about these topics. And that's why I feel like people in our generation, especially people my age, are really surface level. The stuff they consume is very surface level because, you know, people usually my age are insecure. They want some sort of validation and they want to feel important. They want to depend on a group or a mold or a person just to feel good, and they don't depend on themselves, they don't rely on themselves, and that's very toxic. Consuming this content because their life is stressed out and they're complaining and they're negative, and I'm not saying that's all people. There's some really big old souls out there, and I'm like, you know, you people are my freaking family, but
I don't know, guys. I think I'm an 80-year-old stuck inside an 18-year-old body. Who needs?
But there's people usually my age who are really, they want validation, and they they're insecure, and that's just because we're developing. Like, I get insecure, really insecure sometimes, and that's just called being human. And we need these creators and these figures, influential figures, to talk about these things, because they have the most power and the most eyes at them. So we should talk about them.
Hey, bye.
So at the end of the day, just know your message and what you stand for, and just go above and beyond them, who you want to help and why you stand behind it and why you're helping those people with your blog content. But yes, I did this video early because I actually have orientation today. Yep, school's going to be starting this Thursday. And that means, like we said in my previous video, I'm going to be hinkling down on school because of why college is actually important for content. You can watch that video. But I actually did make a video about all of this on a previous video called Why the World Record Egg Blew Up. And I basically talked about similar things that is in this video, and you can watch it if you feel like it. But it's all about that radical revolutionary mission, even if you piss people off, because it's inevitable. You're gonna make people angry for no reason. But yes, I know there's probably a lot of you coming back to school or coming back to work maybe even, and I just want to let you know that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, there's something far greater at the end of the tunnel. You find out no doors are working out, you're trying to open every door, no doors taking you to where you want to go. That's when God is showing up for you. God's going to show up for you and give you that door. He's going to have that door ready for you to open, and you have to be open to receive from him, not just say, oh, I'm gonna, do this and give, but it's open. It's okay to ask. It's okay to ask for something. So be still and receive. Receive and be still, because he will be there for you, and he will always be there. Trust me, he's always there. Everything happens for a reason. We go through these timelines and these shifts so that we can reach our outcome that he is destined for us to attain. And there's gonna be people who want to hurt you, backstab you, just corrode your armor away and just tear you apart. My number one piece of advice for that is just love yourself. Love yourself, please, because when you love yourself, you're not gonna let what people do make you just completely fall to pieces and crumble and just crack. And I've been that way. I've come to school and I just felt like I felt different. People looked at me weird, and it was hard to kind of fit in. And I thought being different was just, I didn't want to be different anymore. I just wanted to fit in, but that's just not who I was. I am an old soul, and maybe it is because I went to school late. I'm older than everyone in my grade because I went to school late. I'm supposed to be in 12th grade right now, but yeah, maybe everything happens for a reason. That's my belief. Everything happens for a reason. I'm going to be turning 17 this next month, and I'm excited. Virgo. And yeah, there would be times where I would just be in bed and just didn't want to get out of bed. I would be in my room for hours at a time, and I would just hate my life. I would hate the body I was living. I would just hate me. And it can be hard sometimes, you're only a human being. And there was times where I could not move forward. And I'm sharing this with you because it can get hard. It can get hard. And I know people are saying, like, just man up, be a man, grow up, you're just sensitive, you're not gonna handle the real world. It's not about that. It's just when I share an experience that someone might be experiencing, or they're about to experience it, they can handle it better than the way that I did. Don't make the mistakes that I made. Don't screw up, and don't let this consume you. Don't let this get in your head like it did me. Don't let it do it. And I know what it's like when you feel like you're just this elephant who has a smaller tail than every other elephant in the herd, or you're that gazelle or that deer who has bigger antlers than everybody else, or you're Rudolph who has that glowing nose and no one else has the glowing nose. Embrace your differentiation. Embrace your differences. The biggest people have been bullied. The biggest, most influential people all been bullied. We all been there. We all been through it. But it's how we handle it, and it's how we push through. I just like talked for a while. My throat just went in like what? And it's how we move forward. So that I just like talked for a while. My throat just went in like what? And it's how we move forward. So don't let your struggles get to you. Don't let it consume you, and don't let it take over your reality, because it did that to me. So yes, that's my little rant, and I just want to let you know that you only have you for your whole life. And yes, people say get help and have a support system, but you can't be depending on nobody. You can't be depending on people. You know, I've had people all over the spectrum. I've had, you know, haters, you know, physical and mental bullies. I've had venters and toxic narcissists. Made it their world. It's all about me, and you can't talk, and I'm gonna vent my problems, and you just support me and be there for me and I'm not gonna be there for you and talk good of me, and it's all about me. Basically, I've been there, done that. All of those relationships are toxic. So just know how to love yourself, because you basically have to be your own freaking best friend. Like, yeah, LOL. Like, so thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a video I'm not going to post in a while. Hopefully you can understand me. You know, school, I'm going to be hankling down, and yeah, just thank you. I was kind of scared to post this video because it was a little bit controversial, but yeah, I'm excited to continue this journey, and I'm gonna be there for you all, and if you need me, I'm here. So I'll see you in the next video after, hopefully not too long, but love you guys. Boss.Two out. Taking it all for us, doing it all for love. Selfish. It all comes down to it. I hope when you come back, remind me of who I was. If I'm gonna disappear into that good night. Until then, literally, because I'm taking a break.